Hi guys, Michelle here. Welcome back to the Traveling Epicurean. Today I'm homebrewing beer with two very fun couples who have made this a hobby, and boy can they brew some really delicious beer. We have Bill and Alicia and Becky and Mike. You're just gonna say hi.
Hi. I wasn't sure. I was supposed to say hi.
So how long have you guys been brewing beer?
I think we've been doing this about 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
That's a good long time.
Yeah. We've made a lot of beers. I think we've had 135 batches.
Oh my
And
god.
only one or two bad ones.
And only 1 or 2 bad ones, actually.
Which is not bad out of 135.
No.
Those are good odds.
And
Learning curve.
about 40 different kinds. So
Wow.
it's pretty,
And now did you start like the traditional way on the stove with the pots before you
a
got the
good
machine?
friend of mine gave me one of his kits that he had laying around, and we did that. And
Okay. Like the one that Al
yeah, like the one that
together?
Al has, exactly. And then
Okay.
we liked that, and then we saw that Mike actually saw this machine. I don't
Yeah.
even know how.
And where did you find the machine?
It was online. They were just promoting it, so I talked to Bill
nice.
about it. We just jumped right on it. We were one of the first people.
Yeah, we were
to
one of
get
the
it.
very first people.
Now,
Zymatic is the company.
Zymatic.
Zymatic.
Okay, sounds good. Well, so you call yourselves also the Bilco
Boy Brewery.
Boys
Yeah.
Brewery?
That's because between our houses is the Bilco to my basement, and we just started down there. So,
All right, so let's get down to the basement and start brewing.
all right, that
We'll show
sounds
everybody
great.
what we're gonna
Perfect.
need. Cheers.
Cheers!
Cheers.
This is where we were the other day at Al's place at
Okay.
Stomp and Crush, and we had the.
And he milled this for us.
He milled this for us, so we brought him some of the grains, and then he added the grains, the specialty grains.
This is Kathy and Al from Stomp and Crush. Say hi, Al.
How you doing?
Just say hi, Al. Hi, Al. Hi, Kathy.
Different kinds of beer.
Yeah.
So then we can bring the grain here, and he'll measure it out and grind it, and
Monroe, there's one.
Do you do this by weight?
Maybe we should let everybody know, like if I were to come into your store and say, hey, I've never brewed a craft beer before, but I want to start this weekend,
Okay.
how would you set me up?
All right, so what you would need is some basic equipment to get started, and fortunately it comes all packaged, pretty much everything you need in a handy box like this,
Okay.
which is going to run you about $80.
80, that's not bad at all.
You will also need, in addition, what doesn't come in the kit is a basic stock pot,
Okay.
about this big or bigger.
So all of this beautiful equipment comes in that box. But is there an information booklet in there, or do I have to keep calling you on the phone to say what do I do next?
There is a booklet that comes in here.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, good.
It's pretty basic.
Oh, perfect.
They talk about the equipment, and then
Okay.
there's a little booklet here on,
nice.
on brewing.
Your brewing guide. I love that. That's perfect.
And we have great books too that go into more in-depth
Okay.
details.
And you sell those here?
Yeah, and
Fantastic.
they also have a lot of recipes in them.
Oh, they do?
Things like that, so you can kind of branch out
I love that.
Um,
Once you get comfortable.
once you get comfortable.
Okay.
But most people start off with a sort of pre-assembled ingredient kit, which is one of these. These all make 5 gallons. We have probably 30, 40 different styles of beer. Ale yeast.
Well, I love this kit. Everything's included in that. Right?
Everything, even the caps, are
Even the caps.
all
That's
included
wonderful.
in this kit. Yeah.
Now, how about the beer bottles for the caps?
The beer bottles, you'll have to either drink up a bunch of beer and supply your own, or we also sell.
Okay,
beer
that's
bottles.
wonderful. Well, thank you, Al. I'm excited.
so these are the hops, and you get the hops by weight.
Okay.
And each hop has its own characteristic and flavor and aroma.
And that's the flavoring.
Well, you get bittering hops, you have
And flavoring.
flavoring hops and aroma hops. So this is a saison, so this is sort of similar to like a farmhouse ale. I was thinking it was a banana or apricot odor to it.
Oh, I like that. That sounds really nice.
My wife's favorite.
She's got good taste.
Yep.
That's when you're supposed to say because she married me.
Well,
You missed it. You had your opening.
so then they go in.
And you chose those grains?
Yeah, I went by a recipe that I had read about.
For saison.
Yeah, saison.
Saison.
And so then we'll put the hops in here. Mike's cleaning that. So this is the hop container. So each one of these has a different amount of hops in it. So the way it is, it's graduated.
Yeah.
So the water goes in here first and goes out.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the next one, it goes here, goes to here, and then goes out. So this one will be for an hour, this will be for 10 minutes, and this will be for like 15 minutes. And then, so it goes in here.
Yeah.
Put the little top on. goes in here. Sort of fits in a little tube in the back.
Okay.
And so then you hit this, and now it starts. Yeah. And then when we
Beer's
get further-
coming soon.
Yeah, we get exactly. Later, here we are after we filled the grain hopper, and we put the hops in the hop bins, and we put the water in that was preheated.
I like how it's moving around in there.
Well, so now what happens is it's now pumping the water that's 152 degrees
In
out
here?
of here,
Oh, out of here this way.
out of here, into here, over and over and over.
And it keeps circulating through there?
Right, for 90 minutes, and then it will drain that. It'll bring the water, get the wort or the mash all the way over to here. Then it'll heat it up and boil it into the back, into those four little compartments,
Oh,
three
yes.
compartments.
Yes, going
And
through
it-
the hops.
Going to the hops. So it goes into the first one, the second one, the third one. In the machine until it gets up to 207 degrees, and then it'll be the boil.
Now, they mentioned at the Thimble Island Brewing to like 148.
So
That was the
148, that's a good call. They do their mash at 148, and we do it at 152.
thing? Is that because it's a smaller machine?
No, it's
or-
just preference, I think.
Preference,
So the
okay.
range is around 148 to 154.
So you added more grain, Justin?
We did have more grain, since it's a small batch that we've never done at this scale before. We had to do some adjustments. We added the same proportions.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
It is, it's very nice, it's warm. But I would recommend going in there.
You say it's 148?
148 degrees right now.
Good for adding chili bread.
So here we are at Thimble Island Brewing Company, meeting Bill and Mike. And I'm going to see how the whole process works today. It's going to be a fun afternoon and very educational.
It would be that color. See how it's kind of like brown, right?
Yeah.
Dark brown.
Right.
So, full test. Works. We're converted. We're fine.
So in other words, his efficiency was good.
Right. We have the low
He
range.
took all the stuff that was there and he converted it to a fermentable sugar.
Nice. This is going to be a good batch, huh?
It's going to be a great batch. It's up to the home brewers and what they want to make it.
I didn't get to that. It's called wort.
Okay.
W-O-R-T.
Oh, look at that. That's very cool. Doing there, Bill?
Yeah.
Making sweet love.
You're cleaning the buckets before
Sanitizing.
Sanitizing the buckets.
Yeah, everything. The big thing on beer is sanitation. 'Cause it's a very controlled environment. The fermentation process has to be controlled or you get odd flavors.
Consistency, so 5 finished gallons.
I'm gonna have not 5 finished gallons.
Oh yeah! Oh, that's the man wearing the vinyl.
Justin, thank you so much for today.
Oh, you're absolutely welcome.
You
My
have a beautiful
pleasure.
place.
This is how we started.
Yeah.
I wish we had this many resources though. People giving us free wort.
So the yeast, after this is done, and we do the second batch,
Okay.
we'll put it all in the bucket, and then we pour the yeast into the bucket over here, and then it sits for about 2 weeks to 3 weeks while it ferments, creates alcohol, changes the flavors. But each yeast has its own qualities. So this is a beer yeast for a French saison. So that's going
This
to
is
give
something
it.
that you picked the recipe
Yes,
for
the
this.
recipe, the grains correlate to the yeast. That gives you a certain. This is kind of a bit bitter, but very aromatic. It smells like bananas and
Oh.
apricots. And,
So fun. So you can be so creative doing this. It's
It-
just like cooking, but you're
Yes, it's
you're
just-
cooking up some beer.
You're cooking up beer.
Yeah.
But with beer, it's like 5
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
Done. And if you don't like it, you give it to your friends.
Which category do I come under?
No, you're going to get it. You got it.
So this is the end of the brewing?
Yes, we've gotten to the end of the brewing, and right now what we're doing is we're chilling the beer. That's the big part of the end of the brewing process. Is you have wort, which is beer that hasn't fermented yet,
Yeah.
that is around, in this case, is about 180 degrees, and it needs to get down to 65 degrees, because otherwise it would kill the yeast. So we're going to run it through this system here that we've made, where we have a bucket with ice, and we have a copper. And it pumps the liquid through the copper coil, through the ice water, and back into here. And then we get the beer nice and chilled.
So you're speeding up the chilling process.
Yeah,
is
so
what
it
you're
used
doing.
to
That's
take
very
us.
creative.
Used to
So
take us like
the big-
45 minutes to do this, and then it was killing us. So we went online and read about doing this and
Yeah.
created this little system that now takes about 10 minutes.
And I like how it pretty much tells you.
Yeah, so this is the temperature we're trying to achieve,
Okay.
and this is the temperature that the wort is currently at. So you'll see it go down very quickly now.
Gotcha.
Probably.
And Mike, you said this is on the internet in case you run into a problem.
You can monitor you don't have to stay here the whole day. You could be driving around, doing stuff, and then coming back. And
Isn't
then
that
if there's any
nice?
problem, you just call them up, and they're great about fixing problems because they
And
have
so
it.
can they fix it from there, or do you have to go?
Some things.
Some things they can.
Programming things they've helped us with, mechanical things they've just sent us new stuff. It's called Zymatic. I think they're from Seattle, Washington.
Nice.
It's actually a guy that worked at Microsoft and a guy who, they're brothers, and the other guy was, I forget what he did. Oh, he was an electrical engineer, and so they had this dream, and
So they made it a hobby like you
well,
guys.
yeah. Well, the thing is interesting. They now have a countertop model that looks kind of like a large Keurig.
Yeah.
and
Oh, nice.
It's so interesting.
All right. So now, what are you gonna do with the grain? You said
So the grain we give to the chickens.
you give to the chickens.
So it would be spoils that you'd put in your compost. We feed
Sure.
it to the chickens, and Mike makes some.
And then you're gonna make some incredible bread, right?
Some bread, yeah, it's really good.
It
So
really
that's another
is.
show, Mike. I'll have to go back and have you
No,
make
it
that.
really is extremely good bread.
Yeah.
They're just in heaven right now, aren't they?
Yep. Yeah, but they love that grain.
They'll be gone by this night.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Look at them. They're so excited, Mike.
They
You
are.
just made their whole night
It gets all the beer out of the
machine.
coil.
Oh, out of the coil here.
Yeah, but it also adds a lot of air to the beer, which helps it when it ferments.
Yeah.
So this is a non-toxic. It's sort of like ascorbic acid, but it's a different kind of acid. I don't
Yeah.
remember which one. And so we spray everything as we're going along to clean. And
Yep.
this is our brew bucket. So this is where the wort goes. Before, and it'll get. We'll do this again, and make another batch, and then we'll add the yeast.
Now this is kind of like at Thimble Island Brewing Company
Yes,
when they
so-
went from one vat to the next.
Right. So we don't have to do all those things because ours kind of does that automatically.
Machine does it for you. Okay, wonderful.
So you put this is an airlock, so it allows the gases to come out of the bucket, but no air, oxygen to go in,
Gotcha.
or contaminants more than anything.
Now how long will that stay in there for?
2 weeks, probably 3,
Okay, and
Like
then we'll
that.
come back to bottle it.
and then we'll bottle it.
Woohoo!
So we're back at Bill's house with Mike and Bill here, and we're gonna bottle that beer that we made, that craft
So
beer.
initially, we took the beer. This is another one that's not ready, and
Okay.
then we take the one that we had before and we put it into this bucket,
Gotcha.
and we add priming sugar. So there's a little bit of yeast left in the beer,
Okay.
and so when you put the sugar into the beer, into there, and then put it in the bottle and cap it, it allows it to ferment a little more, and that carbonates it. And so when you open your beer, it has the nice bubbles and the foam, and
And you have puts the caps
and that's a
on top of the
capper.
beer.
Yeah, that's a capper.
Ooh, I like that.
And then you
Isn't
put the
that
beer
nice?
up like that, and you grab another bottle, and you fill it, and you do this about 48 times. yeah.
But just think you get to then
then you
drink
get
it.
to drink 48 beers,
Right?
yes, or give half of them away.
That might be a song.
Yeah. 48 beers on the wall.
Yeah.
And we wait 2 weeks?
Yeah, we wait about 10 days, 10 to
Oh, so
14.
it has to set in the bottles for a couple
So
weeks.
it's called bottle conditioning. So a lot of brewers will put it in a keg and force condition it. So they'll
With
force,
CO2.
They'll force
Oh,
CO2
I
into it.
see
When we
that.
do it, it's
It's more of a natural
yeah.
thing.
It's I think it ends up with a softer beer. Oh, we want to have a bottle in our hand.
Wow! Look at his hair! You're working so hard! Yeah. All that beer brewing?
Yes, and this is what you get when you brew all that beer. You get a
Hey,
beautiful,
this is what you get. Where's your
you
beer,
get a
Becky?
beautiful glass of beer.
Well, I love that. That is so pretty. I mean, you get all that foam up there.
Yeah.
Some
And you-
beers more, some beers less.
Yeah, and you called that the root beer float last
I
time.
did, yes.
Look how fresh. I mean, you get that head up on top there. That's absolutely gorgeous. Well, you know what I love about this is the flavors are so different from what I'm used to drinking. You know, if I order a beer when I go out to a restaurant, it doesn't have that smooth mouth finish. You know, when you're.
That's what I've noticed. The big difference is the mouthfeel and
Yeah.
the creaminess, and it's definitely
And the flavors,
the
the
flavors,
chocolate and the caramel
Yep.
and that citrus.
And even like apricot, I mean, weird things. It just comes out of
Banana,
it.
So
Banana.
fresh.
Banana's a big
Banana.
Yeah.
Yeah, how fun.
It's actually spoiled us.
It's a head spoiled now too.
Because
Right.
the beers are seriously delicious.
I love it. I'm just so happy that you guys turned me on to this home brewing. So if you guys have ever thought about making your own beer at home, you've got to give it a try. You could find it at the travelingepicurean.com under home brewing with the Bilco Boys. Have a great day. Cheers.
Cheers.